This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone. Again, welcome all. I think I am audible to everyone. Can somebody please respond?
Yes, Harish, you are audible.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Thanks, Varun. Thanks, Manjay. I think most of the folks have joined by this time, and if somebody joins, we'll repeat whatever we covered till that point again. Okay. So warm welcome to everyone, and welcome to this training course of performance testing with JMeter. And I'm your trainer Harish for this course. Let me introduce myself in brief. So I'm a performance testing professional with an excellent understanding of core performance testing concepts. I'm proficient in various performance testing tools, and I'm certified JMeter and BlazeMeter tester. So far, I have worked in banking and insurance domain, and I have handled some telecom and e-commerce based applications as well. So basically, but my expertise is into core banking and that too into internet banking and mobile banking applications. So, and some of the insurance products. From training perspective, I spare some time from my daily routine and like to learn some cool things from the experts and also share the same in form of training and so. So this is something that interests me. And guys, since I'm meeting all of you for the first time, I would like to know about something about you, and I would like to get an introduction from you guys as well. So, short 30 seconds introduction from you as well. I'm expecting. So, I will start with Abid. So, Abid, can you please introduce yourself? And guys, during introduction, please also state the objective of joining this course. I mean, what you guys are expecting from this course, so that I can make a note of it, and I'll get to know that okay, all of us are on the same platform and looking for the same thing. Yeah, Abid, please go on.
Yeah, hi everybody. Am I audible as well?
Yes, Abid, you're audible.
Awesome. Yeah, so my name is Abid. I actually been in the QA industry for 5 years now, with manual as well as test automation. I've been mostly involved in security domain, telecom domain, and aviation domain. And recently I've been involved in API automation. So I've been all these 5 years, I've been doing actually a lot of functional testing, and I've decided a few months back that I really wanted to learn non-functional, and I've decided to really learn JMeter for performance testing. I feel like the field is really growing. There's a lot of opportunities, and I'm really interested in learning this tool as well as just performance core as well as advanced. So I'm very excited for this opportunity as well as to learn this from this course. I'm expecting fundamentals from core as well as some of the advanced concepts that we use in real-time applications, and to learn from the beginning to an expert level is what I'm really expecting, as well as also some preparation for interviews as well, to how can we switch from functional tester to a non-functional tester. So yep, that's a little bit about myself. Thank you.
Thanks, Abid. Thanks a lot. Bipasha, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi Harish, myself Fazil Basha. I'm presently working in Cognizant. I mean, I have good expert in LoadRunner, but I don't have a knowledge in JMeter. I need to learn JMeter. That's why I joined this course. Hello?
Hey, thanks a lot. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's it, Harish. Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead now,
Yes,
Hari.
I'm sorry, who's that?
Oh, okay. You're telling each one's name, then it's fine. I thought, okay, I will go ahead now.
Yeah, you can please.
Okay. So, this is Manji Gowda. I have around 10 years of experience in non-functional testing, but majorly on LoadRunner. So I have not totally worked on JMeter, so I'm just that's it. I'm good with all the performance testing skills.
Oh, okay, yeah, good to know. Yes, Fazil, you're next.
Yeah, Harish. Presently, I'm working in car design. I have 3 years of experience, but I don't have a knowledge in JMeter. So I don't know minimum basics also in JMeter. So that's why I joined this session. So I need to learn complete the course in JMeter. That's it.
Okay, so your experience is into performance only?
Yeah, performance testing only.
All right.
Yeah, I worked in Using LoadRunner and Neo Load. And presently, I'm interested to learn JMeter. So
all right, I got it.
uh,
Okay, Lakshman, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, good morning, Harish. This is Lakshman. I am from Chennai. I have 2+ years of experience in LoadRunner. Now I am looking for to learn the JMeter tool and in advanced level.
All right, okay. Yeah, Pawan, can you please introduce? Pawan, we can't hear you. Can you please unmute again and try? Oh, okay, Pawan, can you just confirm from the chat window you are able to listen to me? I'll get back to you later on. All right, there seems like some glitch in with your audio. Guys, anybody else can listen to Pawan?
No, I can't hear.
All right. Okay, Pawan, not a problem. I'll get back to you later. That's fine. Okay, Ritu. Ritu, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello.
Yeah, Ritu, I can hear you.
Are you audible?
Yes, Ritu, you're audible.
Good morning, sir. My name is Ritu. I am from Radhabad. I joined this course to learn about JMeter. Actually, I am a fresher. I am looking for a job. That's why I joined this course to learn about JMeter.
Okay, Ritu, thanks.
Yeah, that's all about me, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Ritu. What you have done, Ritu? What is your educational background?
Sir, actually, I've done BCA and
Okay.
MCA also.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Sharda, can you please introduce? Sharda, can you hear me? Oops. All right. Varun, can you please introduce and review about yourself?
Hi everyone, this is Varun. I've been working for various technologies since 5 years as a BA. So now I just want to learn JMeter as my project needs undergo like any the non-functional tool. So I just want to learn JMeter for
Okay.
performance testing.
Okay, cool. So have you been into performance testing like do you have any sound knowledge of performance testing or something?
No, like
Or will you to?
previously for performance testing we have used ant profiler. So like we that did not give any much performance, like much results. So we have wanted to shift from the ant profiler to some other tool. So I've been insisted to work on some performance tool. So just want to learn.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
good to know that. Yep.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I'm not having any minimum knowledge also in performance testing, like what and all. So like what I'm expecting from this course is like minimum knowledge, and after when I go to detail into course, like I want to like uh, make sure like everything is good, and I can like explain my like project, so that this would be great like that.
Okay, yeah, good to know that, Varun, from you. So guys, I think all of you has introduced yourself. Anybody left? All right then. So guys, from all of your introduction, I can say that, okay, so some of you guys are completely new to this tool. Some of you are completely new to performance testing even. So some of you have some testing experience, some background in functional and QA, and few folks have been into performance testing since quite a considerable time, and they are uh, well experienced with some other performance tools like LoadRunner and even NeoLoad as well. And but everyone's objective is to get the clear understanding of JMeter, how JMeter functions, its fundamentals, its building blocks, its functionality, how it can be implemented, how it is different from the existing performance testing other tools. Being an open source, what is its advantages, and is it really fruitful to choose JMeter as their choice? And so some of you also wants to know some of the some advanced concepts which would be really helpful for them from the interview perspective. So yes, I think this course will definitely gonna fulfill your needs. So let me start sharing my screen. Yeah, I think it is visible to everyone.
Yep.
Okay, all right. So let me just go through the course content in brief. And later on, if you guys have any other expectations from in this, if you want to add some more things into it, we'll definitely try to accomplish it as well. Okay. So in this course content, I'll be covering these many topics, right from the introduction, core concepts, JMeter introduction, then script recording and replay in JMeter, thread group, samplers, controllers, correlation, config element, assertions, timers, listeners, API testing with JMeter, JMeter functions, workload modeling, non-GUI test execution, JMeter reporting, and finally, after the session, you will be given an assignment, and you would be expected to complete the assignment in such stipulated time, and I'll be reviewing that assignment itself, and any doubts and queries, so those will be resolved and answered hopefully. Okay, so let me go in minor details of every topic. So I would be covering all essentials of understand performance testing, how performance testing is, and how it can be used in JMeter tool. I will begin with an introduction of performance testing, where I'll educate you. So this would be the introduction, where I'll educate you on the various topics such as why performance testing is important, how it is done, what is performance testing life cycle, how it is different than functional testing, and the various terminologies of the performance testing, such as virtual user, NFR, test plan. So although some of you might have the knowledge of this, some of you are familiar with these concepts, but for the folks who really don't know this, for them we'll try to give an overview and a practical understanding of the same. And within this, we'll also discuss various types of performance testing and their needs, why it is done. So that part we'll cover in the introduction itself. Then coming on to the core concepts, once you get the clear understanding of performance testing in the core concepts, we'll learn about the client-server architecture, some of the web application and concepts related to different tiers, concepts of web servers and different servers, and the response codes and their interpretation. Again, this topic would be really interesting, as you might expect some interview questions related to this topic in your interviews. Okay, and once we have a good understanding of the performance testing, what performance testing is, we can move on to the JMeter introduction straight away. So in JMeter introduction part, we'll give you a brief summary of JMeter. Okay, so how it came into market since its inception, who developed it and all. So that part will be covered in introduction part. We'll give you a tool overview as well, in which I'll make sure you guys get familiar with the UI. And for your information, guys, so here we will be using the latest JMeter version, which is 5.3 for a demo purpose. I mean, in the course journey, we'll be using JMeter 5.3 version. So we'll show you how you can download and install JMeter within your system, how it can be configured right from scratch, what is the prerequisite for that. So that part will be covering in the installation and configuration. Then we'll discuss about the components of JMeter, how JMeter can be invoked in various different ways. So this will be covered in the introduction part. Okay, once you get to know and familiar with the JMeter, we'll move on to the script recording and replay in JMeter. So what configurations are need to be done prior to recording? What are the recording or what we can call it as a recording settings, and how the recording can be done before actual recording. Of course, I'll give you the functional overview of the application under test. I'm in the demo application, which we would be using for our demonstration. So that application, I'll give you a brief overview of it. In fact, later on this demo session itself, I'll show you the application and we'll quickly walk through it. So filtering and how it can be used in JMeter. Okay, so that part will be covering in the recording and replay JMeter topic. We'll also see how once the script is generated, how we can replay it and all. So guys, if you are hearing some of you guys, if you are hearing the terms like script, replay, recording for the first time and don't know anything about it, just bear with me. In our training course session, we'll discuss each and everything of it, and I'll make sure you guys get a good understanding of everything. So although you might don't know anything of it for now, but I'll make sure that you guys have a good understanding of the same after this course. Okay, so after this we'll move on to the thread group. Okay, so thread group is one of the element in of the JMeter. In this, I'll tell you what is thread group or are its properties, Then we'll look on to the various other types of thread groups, which is setup thread group, tear down thread group, its importance and its use in JMeter. And there are some other thread groups which are not available by default, but yes, with the plugins you can have them within your JMeter suite. So which would be ultimate thread group and concurrency thread group. We'll have a look on these thread groups as well. Then we'll move on to the next element of JMeter, which is samplers. So here we'll have a quick introduction to samplers. The most predominantly used sampler in JMeter, which is HTTP request sampler. So that will look into deeper and we'll see its properties. Then some other sampler types, which is debug sampler, flow control action sampler, and dummy sampler. So we'll cover these samplers as well. Okay, so then having a fundamental understanding of samplers, we'll go on to the controller part. Okay, so what are basically controllers? What are logical controllers? So that and how it can be used to change the functional flow of or the execution order of your script during the replay. So we'll look into various types of controllers offered by JMeter, starting from transaction controller, once only controller, loop controller, random controller, if controller, module controller, runtime controller, simple controller, and interleave controller. Moving on, we'll go to correlation part. Okay, so we'll discuss about correlation in brief, what correlation means, how it is done in JMeter. So those who have experience in LoadRunner and NeoLoad, so that so they might be knowing what correlation exactly is, but will still for the new folks which don't know, for them will of course learn from the basics. Okay, what is correlation means and how it is done, why it is done. So those questions will be answered in the correlation topic. We have somebody joining over here. Okay, I'll get back to him later on. Okay, and so there is an element called extractor in JMeter, which is used for correlation. We'll see various types of extractors, such as regular expression extractor and boundary expression extractor. Okay, then moving on, we'll go to the config element section. So this is again the second part of the enhancement series. Okay, so how customization is also known as parameterization. Some people refer it as a parameterization, and in this JMeter series we'll understand the config elements in which we'll understand CSV dataset config, HTTP cookie manager, HTTP cache manager, HTTP request default, and a user defined variable. So how these config elements helps us to parameterize the things and manage the things. So and in order to help us to give us the configuration of help us to perform the configuration of JMeter, so that part we'll see in the config element section. Now comes the third enhancement part of scripting, which is known as assertions. Okay, so in assertions, basically they are useful for validating of your script. So it will make sure your script is working fine, because every time 200 response code 200 doesn't mean your script is passed completely. So assertions will ensure that okay, the whatever response you are getting, so that is reliable. And this part will see various types of assertions offered by JMeter, which would be response assertion, duration assertion, size assertion, and bean shell assertion. Okay, now coming to what are timers. Okay, once the script announcement has been done in the three parts, which is correlation, config element assertion, I'll cover the timers part. So what are basically timers? What are different timers offered by JMeter? So that part we'll cover in this particular section. Okay, we'll discuss about constant timer, uniform random timer, synchronizing timer, constant throughput timer, and so on. This has been done. So again, some of the other elements of JMeter, such as listener, which is again an important part of JMeter, which lets you view the results, which gives the visual understanding of your request and response. So that part will cover in the listener section. And one more thing now comes once you have clear understanding of the scripting of any web-based application end to end, then we'll cover the API testing part in JMeter as well. In the API testing, we'll give you a brief overview on what is API testing, how it is done, why it is done in JMeter, because nowadays in the left shift continuous performance testing, API testing is the trending and topic which is in demand right now. Okay, after that we will cover Jmeter Function. So this is a topic where we'll understand, okay, what are the inbuilt functions of which enhances or improves the capabilities of JMeter. So and which also reduces most of the tester's time in order to enhance the script to the next level. So the three functions, time, random, and __ v. So these functions will cover in the JMeter functions topic. And then comes the workload modeling. So this is the one of the stage in performance testing lifecycle where we'll see what workload modeling means, how it is done in detail. We'll see how workload modeling can be done for various types of load tests. That is for load test, stress test, spike test, endurance test, and how these scenarios can be designed in JMeter using the thread group. Coming on to the non-GUI test execution. So here, whatever we have covered till this point, I mean till workload modeling in JMeter. Okay, so whatever this part we have covered right from the beginning, right from JMeter introduction. So this is everything is related to the GUI mode. Okay, but during the load test execution, during actual execution, it is important that we know the non-GUI mode of JMeter as well. So here we'll see what is non-GUI mode basically, okay, which is also known as CLI mode, and how to set up and run the test in non-GUI mode, report dashboard generation in non-GUI mode, and in this we'll also have a quick overview on the distributed testing when we have multiple load generators for performance testing, when we wish to push a load from multiple servers, then how it can be done. So that part we'll see in the distributed load testing. Then we have JMeter reporting at the end. So here we'll see how JMeter results looks like, how they can be extracted, how they can be presented to the stakeholder or to the client. And with this, we'll finish up the 90% of our JMeter course content. And finally, now in order to test guys your knowledge and your understanding, we'll have an assignment for you guys where you will be given an scenario to perform a script and to execute a load test. So I am not covering or giving any more details on this. So as time comes, you will get to know more about it. And finally, if you have any queries, doubts, and any of your questions, so we'll try to answer those in the doubts and queries resolution. Okay, so that's about JMeter and all, guys, about this training course. So I'm good so far. Anybody have any doubts related to the course content? You are free to ask.
Harish, in this intro course, like what we are covering, so all this you have to, so like in this intro course, like what we are covering, everything what you said now, or like only the introduction of Jmeter you are covering?
No, whatever I said till this point, okay, whatever the topics I covered, okay, okay, so all of them, whatever you see over here, all of them will be covered during the courses training session.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else having any queries on the course content?
Hi, Harish, this is Pawan here. I see in the samplers, in the samplers there are more like JDBC, FTP, etc. So I think by seeing the course content here, you're covering at least only some 3 to 4 samplers. So what is the frequency of other samplers usually we
Okay.
use?
Yeah, good question, Pawan. So most predominantly, Pawan, you will come across HTTP request sampler only. In most of the cases, I would say 95% of the cases you will, whatever applications you would work on, so those would be based on HTTP request sampler only. All web-based applications who works on HTTP HTML protocol. So whether it is HTTP 1.0 or HTTP 2.0, so they will be HTTP with the HTTP request sampler only. You can work on it, and even API testing can be done using HTTP request sampler. So which we'll see in more details in our training course. And apart from that, the JDBC sampler and FTP samplers. Okay, so those are not used that in with that much frequency. Okay, so that's why if we decide to cover everything, so again that would be again exhaustive. So that's why the main focus is on completing the samplers or the elements which are mostly used, which would be into your applications. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I hope that answers your question, Pawan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Pawan,
I think you'll be giving some.
Yeah, Pawan, please go on.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I think you'll be giving some knowledge and hints on the other samplers, right, during the course journey.
Sure, Pawan. So far, I had not listed over it here, but still, I'll make a note of this, and at least some I'll try to at the end. Okay, not during the agenda, but at the end, I'll try to definitely cover some of the other samplers as well. Okay, but see what happens is I can show to get the more details. We need to have the environment ready for to show those samplers. Okay, in order to show you some FTP sampler or JDBC sampler, you need to have the database and the FTP server with you. Then only there is point in seeing much details of it. But a short and quick overview on this, of course, I'll cover. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
And Power, I think you are left with your introduction. So can you please in 30 seconds?
Yeah. This is Pawan, and I work as a performance test engineer itself, and I work on LoadRunner. I expertise on various protocols. So Jmeter is something new. Like I have some knowledge, but I want to learn more depth onto it. So I'm interested in this course.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Pawan. Yeah. Anyone else, guys, would like to discuss or get the clarity on the course content or something? The duration wise, let me tell you. So this will be 20 plus hours in duration, and mostly we'll have daily sessions for 1.5 hour daily in the week from Monday to Saturday, and on Sundays we will see if based on everybody's availability, we'll try to stretch it for half an hour more, and we'll go for 2 hours. And with this, within 3 weeks, even within lesser than that, we'll cover the entire topics. All right. Sharda, can you hear me? All right. That's fine. Okay, guys. So let me show you how JMeter looks like, and we'll also show you the UI of JMeter. How does it looks like? And let me again let me stop screen sharing, and we'll start it again. Yeah. I think my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. So this is how the JMeter 5.3 looks like. Okay, so we are quite fortunate that just a few days back, JMeter 5.3 has been launched, and we are gonna have hands-on with the latest JMeter version. So you guys in your real-time work environments might get opportunity to work with 5.3 version itself. So yeah, so this is how JMeter tool looks like. So I'll show you one demo application which we would be using during our journey. Okay, so this is the demo application which we will use for demonstration purpose. Okay, so this is basically a dummy e-commerce application, you can say, which lets you view some products, purchase some products. It lets you perform the checkout as well. So that part will be covering in the scripting section. So let me show you how quickly a script we can develop from using JMeter. So as you guys saw, the thread group was the one of the important element in the JMeter. I'm adding test script recorder. I'll save the script first. So guys, whatever I'm doing right now, why am I doing so, how it is done, what is the order in which it is done. So we'll look into it in more details. This is just to show you, okay, how somebody does the scripting in JMeter. So that's why this is just a brief overview on it. So please don't get uh, don't feel complex like I'm not without explaining anything. I'm going straight away jumping on this. This is just for demonstration purpose, and every aspect, every minute aspect of this will be covering in details. So I have started the recording feature in JMeter. So let me make the browser settings. Okay, let me go to the next transaction controller. Okay, so this is how the application will let you proceed. So once you open the home page, now once you click on the join now, so it will welcome you, and it will ask for your name. You can specify any name over here. And before clicking on enter, I'm just selecting the next transaction controller. All right, so here we'll stop for this particular recording. I'm just closing the browser and then stopping the recording. All right, so here we have our recorded logs, and here we have the recorded script, which is saved in this particular path in f:/jmeter training / Apache Jmeter 5.3 /bin/ and then the script, which is shopit_day0. And I'll quickly show you how it can be run in JMeter. So here you would be able to see it has run. There might be something which is, so if it doesn't work fine, it will show you in red color. If it is fine, it will show you in green mark. All right, guys. Yeah. So this is how it looks like, and this is how you can record and replay in JMeter. So there are basically multiple ways of doing it, guys. So this is one of the way. If you have seen somewhere else, then people might use recording controller, or some might prefer opening it from using a template. So I'll show you what are the different techniques with which we can perform the recording and script enhancement in JMeter, and what are the best practices you can follow in order to, you know, uh, complete your scripting and the other parts in JMeter. So I'll show you that particular things in detail in our training course. Okay, so we are left with 5 more minutes, guys. So anybody having any queries to anything so far, whatever we discussed so far, so that we can conclude this
I
session?
have it. So like what I see is for Jmeter, are we like for every run we are going to record and do that in Jmeter? Like similar we have in Selenium, like record and play. So the same thing we are going in Jmeter.
Yes, yes. So similarly, we have record replay feature in JMeter. Yeah, which lets you the script will be generated automatically, as you could see over here. The script will get generated automatically using a record and playback feature.
Okay. So how many users can we run at a time?
Okay, so basically the answer is unlimited. You can push unlimited users based on your system capability. Okay, so if you have quite huge system, you can push whatever load that you want from the system, whatever max limit your system supports. I mean, if you have say 8 GB RAM and a quad core processor, then you would be able to push more than 1,000 users from your single JMeter instance of your system.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody, any question?
When is actual training starts? Like how to enroll and everything?
Yeah, actual training will it's, mostly from tomorrow or day after tomorrow, maybe from Monday. We are planning to start it. So those details will be given to you. So I hope everybody has the point of contact for the other stuff, for the payment and for the course timing. So those will be informed to you. Mostly will start from tomorrow itself. Okay, but if we have some other folks who wish to join, and then maybe it might get postponed to day after tomorrow. But within this couple of days, we will be starting this course.
So by the end of this session, are we getting any certification? Like are we going to get from the Jmeter or any certification from Isha Training Solutions?
Yeah, from Isha Training Institute, of course, you would be getting a course completion certificate. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, and if you're looking for any Jmeter certification as well, then I can help you out with it. Don't worry about it. I am a certified Jmeter tester, so I can really help you out on that part as well. Yeah, and in Pawan, I think it was Pawan, right? or Varun? Who was
Varun.
asking this question?
I'm Varun. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Varun. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Anybody else, guys? Please feel free to ask. I mean, it should not happen that okay, any topic is left, anything is left.
Like one question, Harish. Like
Yeah.
like you just ran the script like record and play. Like so in the green part, like you can see like A101 101 homepage. So like what are we validating in those? Like uh,
What are?
what are we validating? Like how much time it took to load the page, or what things are we going to validate?
Okay, Varun. So basically, we will validate the various performance metrics. We'll validate how much time it takes for the response to come. We'll validate whether the response which we are getting is correct or not. How many? So this is a single user execution, but in load testing, what we look for is the throughput, which is the number of transactions that we hit per second or in short per unit time. Maybe it is termed as TPS or TPH. So and how many transactions passed during the load test, how many fails. Okay, basically the pass percentage of transactions.
Okay.
These are the topics which we validate from these scripts. And that's the objective of at the client. If you consider the client side metrics, and so that is the objective for performing the various types of tests.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay then. I think I have answered your basic queries, and I hope this course content is really helpful for you guys to meet your expectations.
Yep.
Yeah, and because this is basically designed for folks who want to learn and understand the basic concepts, keeping that in mind, only this course has been designed. Even for fresher, for QAs, for manual testers, or for automation practitioners, like who wants to, have a deep dive into performance testing, want to know about performance testing. So at the end of the course, I can ensure you guys you would be confident enough to take up a project individually. And those who already know about performance testing and have some hands-on experience with some other tools, so those folks will also get the confidence and working capabilities with JMeter. And for any other doubts, guys, you have the contacts with you. You can reach out to them. And for the training course and the other stuff, you will be notified. Okay. Yeah. So I'm ending up with this session now, guys.
Yep.
And thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot for having your time.